Oh yes, Alan says it's same. Oh, that's good. Excellent. Oh, that's good. I'm so sorry about that. I haven't got a clue. It's just computers, I'm afraid. It's the switch it off and start it again syndrome, isn't it? Okay, guys. Are we? Yeah, we're still recording. Excellent. Just before we had a little break, I was talking about movement, and this is obviously something very key to Scratch. And if I go back into events here, we've got these key commands here. So when let's see what should we go for? When the left arrow is pressed, there's several different ways of moving around. One of them is, if you remember, we talked about X and Y. We can change X by, where is it? Change X by 10, but that will move it to the right. So I've got to put a minus number in there. So if we just try that, like that, and just run that now. So if I press my left arrow, Scratch should go to the left. And I can very quickly duplicate these. So if I just duplicate that, change it to the right arrow, by plus 10, so it goes up by 10. 10. And then if I duplicate this again, and once you go up arrow, we need to change that to Y, X and Y. So change Y by 10, so increasing, and then we're going down. It will change it again, so just duplicate that. Right mouse button, duplicate. Down arrow. And this is why, if you remember earlier on, I said I use a backpack to store all these kind of things in, because you're going to use controls loads and loads of times, and it's very handy to store them in the backpack. So if I just run that program now, I should be able to go up, down, left and right. So Scratch is moving up and down. It's not turning to face things because I haven't programmed it in yet. So that's one way of moving around. And if I wanted to copy that into my backpack, I could just pick those scripts up and just drop them into this area down here. So I can pick that up and drop it in here. Now, if I just enlarge this script box by just, I'm really sorry, I can't see my mouse. I'm trying to guess where it is now. I can't do that very easily. No, I forget that. But you can just drop your script straight to there. One of the other things you can do in your scripting area is, if I click on my right mouse button, I can do a cleanup, and that just tidies everything up nice and neatly for you as well. Because eventually, as you get a big program, it's going to be it's going to be all over the place. It's really nice to do that. And what I like to do as well is add comments. It's a post-it note basically, and you can add a comment here. So when your children are working with it, especially your older children, they can actually make comments. This is to move Scratch up, Scratch, Starch even. Oh dear, end of a long day. I've been teaching A-levels today, so that's probably it. Messed my mind up, I'm afraid. So you can put little things in there. You can roll those up and roll them down. So does that. So it's really useful for when you're writing programs to explain to other people what we're doing. So that's one way of moving Scratch around. I'll just start a new one. The other way is to use the method I was using before, which is to actually point him in the right direction and tell him which way to move. So if I go to events, when is clicked, when up arrow is clicked, I want him to move 10 steps, and I want him to point in direction up. And trust me, you will never remember which way is up. So just click on up. And so if I just run that now, I press up arrow, he'll move up, he'll actually turn. Have I moved down? Oh, I've got the wrong direction, haven't I think? Oh yeah, sorry, I was aiming, it was bad aiming. As I say, I'm just trying to, for some reason Adobe takes my mouse off, so I'm having to guess where the mouse is. So that moving up. So I could replicate that for all the other the other key commands as well. So that's a really cool way of moving him around. How would I show where he's going? Well, again, just to recap, I'd put my my pen down, and I could set my pen color to whatever. And so if I do that, I should draw a green line. You can see a little green line as he goes off the screen. Excellent. Now the colors, there are 200 colors in Scratch, which is quite interesting, and it's quite fun to mess around with colors. And that's under looks. So I'm going to get a new sprite because I'm getting sick and tired of seeing Scratch. So I think I've got a flutterby. Yes, I've got a butterfly. I like the butterfly. I'm going to add a butterfly in and get rid of Scratch so I can delete him. Now there's some tools at the top that you may have been wondering about. These ones up here. Duplicate. It's a stamping tool essentially. So I can duplicate the butterfly by clicking on the stamp, clicking on the butterfly. Missed it, sorry. It's really embarrassing. I'm not normally this bad with a mouse. Duplicate, and I can just pick that up. And you can see down the sprites, we've actually created 2 new sprites there, so I'm going to get rid of that. I don't need that. But within that, we can also make things smaller or bigger. These buttons here are to grow and to shrink. So if I click on the grow button, I can make him grow. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to program this to change color. So I'm going to go into looks, and we've looked at costumes down here. Before we looked at costumes, I'm going to change color effect. It's noticed it's the American spelling, I hasten to add, by 25. I'll change that to 10. It'll just change it more slowly. Backspace. And I'm going to put that into a forever loop. And put a starting command at the top when clicked. If I run that now, whee, it's changing colour. Bit sad, but I quite like it. So you can actually create nice little coloured effects there by just doing that, by changing the... That's quite fun for Key Stage 1. We've got different kinds of effects as well. We've got fisheye, whirl, pixelate, mosaic, brightness, and ghost just makes him vanish. If I put fisheye on, that's quite fun. It sort of bleaches him out. And if you just bear with me a tick, let me just show you in the true traditions of Blue Peter, one I made earlier. So I'm going to go into my area here. At the top, it's called My Stuff. And I think about 1,000 years ago, I did some work on this. I'll see if I can find it. The great thing about my sharing stuff is that everything you've done is saved in here. And as you can see here, that the butterfly we've just been working on is automatically saved. Untitled 29 is not a very good title for it. And you can choose whether or not to share with the community. If I click on that share button now, it means everybody on the Scratch community can share that particular piece of work, which is really cool. It's very nice. So all the stuff we've been working on today is automatically saved. I'm just going down through loads of stuff I've done. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Loads more. Come on. Shoot the Parrot, not the most politically correct game I ever made. Where we're going, colourful. Ah, there we go. Funny face.